How can I support myself? And how can I support this other person? This musing is absolutely about a little piece of shit that I've had to own, a little piece of understanding about myself so that I stop hurting myself and start embracing and figuring out ways to work with it. Have you ever had one of those friends that is so exuberant and so excited about something, and they come to you and they're really thrilled and they really want you to share in it? They're telling you all about it, and then they ask you if you'll help, and you get caught up in their wave of excitement. And so then you say, yeah, sure, I'll help you do that. That's so exciting. And then when the day comes, you're like, oh God, I really don't want to do this. I'd rather not. Why did I agree to this? And you're totally questioning yourself about, why did I say yes? Yes, that was meant to be a run-on sentence. Yes, I hope that you felt the standard wave that happens from the rev up to the excitement to the crash, because that is exactly how I felt. That is exactly who I used to be, how I used to be. I have friends and they come up and they're excited about this activity or this new opportunity, and they really want my support in that. And I would get caught up in the excitement and the joy and the possibility of helping a friend achieve something and find that joy. And then as the event day approached, I'd be dragging my feet. I'd be a little meh. But that day would come and I would pull up my big girl britches and I would say, I'm going. I said I would go. I'm going to follow through because that's what I need to do. My thing has always been that I want people to know that they can count on me, that they can count on my word. If I say I'm going to do something, you bet your butt I am going to do my darndest to make sure that I follow through and that you can trust exactly what I'm saying. My challenge was that by letting somebody else down, I personally beat myself up more, and I felt even worse afterwards than if I had just gone and done it in the first place. I've been a lot better at this. When an exuberant person comes up to me and says, I'm so excited, I got to tell you about this, and will you do it with me? I let them know I am so thrilled and excited for them and for this opportunity, and I would love to support them. And yet, is it okay if I check my calendar? Is it okay if I check in and make sure that I'm available and I can do that with you? It gives me an opportunity to honor them and in their excitement and their joy and share in that excitement and joy with them, while still honoring my need to step back and decide, is this something I really want to do? Or is this something that I should step back and find a different way to support them in? Give them that gift and yet give myself the gift at the same time. While I'm getting better, I will say that I stumble on occasion. I think we all do. That's why this life is a journey, and we're practicing and making efforts at being better. We learn a habit and then we have to work at changing that habit. It'll come up every now and then and remind us, hey, I'm still here. And you say, yeah, but you're not a habit anymore. I can change my thought process. I can change my reaction to you. This happened recently where I had agreed to go and do this thing. And I really wanted to, I thought, when it initially came up. But as the day came closer, I was struggling. I was I said I would go, so I've got to follow through. And it became kind of a little bit of a bludgeon and a weight instead of this, yeah, I'm excited to go. So what am I going to wear? What am I going to do? What am I going to take? What am I like? Do I need to eat before I go for my dietary restrictions, or just go and trust? Would it be offensive if I took my own food? How am I going to survive this experience? How can I make sure that I'm okay? The desire to go was countered with my own fears, which was just building and creating even more of an upset and challenge and issue for myself. So I knew I needed to find balance. And what did I do? I stopped. I stopped absolutely everything. My emotions let me know that I was out of balance and I needed to check in. So closed my eyes. I took a deep breath and I checked in. What can I do? And how can I help myself? So I picked out an outfit that was middle of the road. I was concerned, would I be overdressed, underdressed? What does this outfit say about me? What does that outfit say about me? I just found something that was neutral, nice and easy. I decided I would eat ahead of time and then have a little snack in the car so that when everything was over, if I was hungry because there wasn't food that I could eat, that I'd still have a snack. I was brought up never go anywhere empty-handed. So what am I going to take? What is something simple and acceptable and kind and yet not overwhelming? I took each one point by point by point, which removed the overwhelm, removed some of that stress, and let me settle into the, yes, I'm going, and we are going to make the best of this situation absolutely positive. It took me from stressed out and struggling to, yeah, this will be good. So after checking in, I was out the door. I was on my way. I got to the event, was able to spend some wonderful time with some old friends that I hadn't seen in a while. I laughed. I made people laugh. It was a wonderful, beautiful time. I was really grateful that I had gone. I could have backed out and stayed home. And yet, if I had backed out and stayed home, I knew that I would have felt worse. I knew I would have been kicking myself, berating myself, just upset that I had chickened out. Going gave me more confidence, reaffirmed that I was okay, and a little bit of like strength and pride in the fact that I had kicked my fears and my insecurities and just gone. This is the shit that I've owned. The experiences that I've had in my life, there were often people that I couldn't trust to follow through, people who I could not necessarily lean on. They would say, yes, we'll do this. Yes, we'll do that. And then they would follow through. And this is from a little child, even to this day. And that, as a little child, left such an impression on me that as an adult, I really want to follow through. The problem is that sometimes following through becomes a detriment to me because it drains me more than it fills me. It's more harm to my energy, my mind, physically, than it is a boost and a gift. So understanding that that's my challenge, understanding that that is one of my life lessons that I've had to learn, the shit that I own, means that I can turn around and say, all right, I know that that's what you are. I see you. I'm going to give you a little love and recognize that you're there. And then I'm going to say, what can I do to make this better? How can I change it? How can I support myself? And how can I support this other person? We all have this. We all have those little lessons that niggle at us and just pull at us and throw us off kilter sometimes. The key is to understand why it's there, where it came from, and how you can make it better. I'm still working on it. I'm going to say I've got this because I'm working on it and I'm doing better. And I think that you can totally have this too.